Hey everyone, before we get on with the show, I wanted to do a Modified Black Woman shout out in support of relief efforts for Hurricane Harvey. We have a lot of listeners in the Houston area, and we have even more that want to help. Now, I'm not going to get into reasons why you shouldn't donate to the Red Cross, even though they should be obvious. But we know people want to give, and there are a lot of people out there that need relief. So, and one of the biggest group of people that need relief are going to be black women and their families. I think we've all seen the disgusting CNN video of the black woman being interviewed in a shelter while she and her children were still dripping wet, and that reporter just like pisses all off. We know people need help, and we want to make sure that effort gets out there to them. Thankfully, Ronnie Dean Byrne is coordinating an effort to donate directly to black women affected by Harvey. I'm going to give you guys two links that you should bookmark and share right now. The first is bit.ly/support black women HOU. That's bit.ly/capital SUPPORT capital BLACK capital WOMEN capital H capital O capital U. This will send you to a Google document that has the PayPal, Cash Me, Venmos for black women and their families that you can support directly. You just pick a name on the list, give generously. The money goes straight to the families there. These families have been vetted. These are people that need help that are in Houston. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this is just Houston, so I don't think they. I know that Louisiana is also getting hit too. I think this is just for Houston. You can also share the list on social media using the hashtag support black women HOU. The second link is for black women who are affected by Harvey and would like to be added to that list, the donate list. And that one is bit.ly/support with a capital S, capital B, capital W, capital H, capital O, capital U. Support BWHOU. You can complete the Google form there, and once your application is submitted, someone will get back to you, and they will add you to the list. If you are a black woman who is being affected by Harvey, reach out, fill out this form. Somebody will get back to you. If you know black women and their family that are affected, send them this so they can get their release from there. This is money that's going directly to them. This is radical support that gets the money directly to where it needs to go. No more going into organizations where only a portion of that money gets to where it needs to go. This money is going directly into these families' accounts. We know it's being hit. If you listen to the Insanity Check, then you know at the end we had LaToya talk about the FEMA response and how heartbreaking of what's going on there is happening. This is money that's needed and is going directly to where it needs to go. So please share this information. Donate what you can. Check the show notes for all the shows that we put this in front of. We'll make sure we include the links there for both the list for you to donate to as well as the application. Like I said, support what you can. You guys have supported us. Please, pay that forward and support others. Thank you guys now, and now on with the show. Welcome back to the Super Tuesday recap. We are back. We got not the full team yet. Shanna is going to join us later on, but we have the doctor and I have Deepam here. And if the last time we did, our last get together, we all shouldn't be on the same show at the same time because it turns into. I think it's fun. And I think the jokes,
but it's like 7 different shows.
I think we have fun though. I
never said it wasn't fun.
I think my jokes are great. When I'm doing I feel like
we're starting with that one, huh?
And you better leave Ashanti alone. Her joke was funny, just like your joke was funny. Don't be picking on her for that joke.
You gotta listen to the Sandy Check to get that one, but yes, I hate how you added her, and then I got scolded on Twitter too. This is. I was like, damn it. But so anyway, we're back to finish up the Defenders. We have the last 2 episodes of this series, and so we have Fish in the Jailhouse. It's episode 7, and then we have the Defenders, which is episode 8. So let's kick off, I guess, with. Cause I don't think we have any reviews.
No new reviews. No,
I didn't see any reviews, so we can go right into this, into episode 7. And I'm just going to say this before we kind of go further into this. As I was watching episode 7 and 8, I realized I was writing down most of the dialogue for some of the stuff because I feel like there were some really great back and forth moments. People just saying like ridiculous things to each other. Yeah, we start with episode 7, and what did you guys think of episode 7? So that's the Fish in the Jailhouse one. We left off with Electra killing Alexandria and just disrespecting the body with that fucking. She had to throw the side at her dead body like that. She was already dead. Like
she had to send a message.
A little overkill. But that was the thing with me. Like watching the message, like watching the other members of the Hand try to come to terms with what they just witnessed.
That's why she did it. It worked.
It really did. It's like there are 3 of us as one of you. Is that a challenge? I'm like, hey, listen.
Joe, you saying I can't count now, or
like? It just reminds me that Gal's the only one that makes any fucking sense because Gal's like, well, you know, maybe we're being a little hasty. Maybe we gotta get a little hot under the collar. Let's just say that, you know, this is not how we normally do business. It is now. Oh, okay, listen, I'm just saying.
Gal did not get that old being stupid. Okay,
right?
Look at that whole group. She is the oldest, which means she aged the longest. She got that way for a reason. She is not dumb.
Yo,
she knows how to read a room. Alexandria didn't know how to read the room.
No, at
Gal
all.
knows how to read the room.
Like you said, Gal's like, yo, I've been around the block a little bit, like, and I get my hands dirty. Sometimes I know you just gotta, shut the fuck up.
Sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up.
Just fuck up. Like my favorite part of this entire episode right there is. So something happened. Somebody says something to Electra, and Electra goes, there's no need. Oh, no, I know what it was. So Gal's trying to explain to Electra, it's like, hey, listen, you know, the way you've been running the Hand, we've been like a corporation, a business. We have global partners. Like, there are going to be people that are going to wonder what happened to Alexandria because she's done now. She's like, how do we explain this? And like, I guess a valid excuse. Like, you have somebody who's this powerful person. She's running this corporation. People are going to ask, like, hey, what happened to Alexandria? Where'd she go? And Electra says, there's no need for explanations. And it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in this episode. Murakami goes, what? And you just see the subtitles, and the look on his face, it's just like, what is, like, it's just like, what did the bitch just say? Did she just say there's no need for explanations? Like, it is like when you're watching a Trump press conference, and he says something stupid, and you're just like, the fuck did he just say what I think he just, like, he has the most disgusted look on his face, and it is the most natural moment I've ever seen in the show, yo. It's just, oh man, I'm sorry. I watched it yesterday again. It had me cracking up. Like, it is, I literally laugh out loud every time I watch it. Like, he's just like, what? Like, it really was a whose man is this or who woman is this moment. Oh man, that entire scene is just, and again, Gal's trying to, like, you know, hey, listen, the furthest we've ever gotten, let's just keep going and we'll see what happens later on. You know, let's stick around because she just killed the fuck out of somebody and then had her dead body dragged out while it was still dripping wet. I say we just let her go with her thing.
Yeah, what I really liked about that scene was, like you said, there's no need for explanations. Basically saying there's no turning back. We're going forward. Like, this thing is coming to a head quickly. It was kind of like that was the spark that the rest of the episode is just propelled forward until we hit the finale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I appreciate just how they plotted it out that way, because you're right. She is such a shift, because you got to remember that Gal survived attempting to kill Alexandra. She headed up an attempted coup. She knew when to fall back, and this all gung-ho Hand is new to them and scary, and it has to end one way. And it just added a tension to the whole episode that you're begging for episode 8 while you're watching this one.
Yeah. Like, it's just one of those things. I'm like watching Gal just like, yeah, let's not piss her off. and maybe we're a little out of our element here, and we should just let her do her thing. And it's just one of the again, like the two, they call them brothers. Two brothers are very hot headed, and it takes the old woman to go, hey, you know what? Let's just try to keep the peace and try to have everybody murdered right here. Remember, like, again, nice reminder, you guys are mortal now. You're not going to be able to come back. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, not very smart. So back to I'm not gonna call her Missy Squire, but what is up with
How you gonna say the thing you're not gonna say?
I said I'm not gonna call her that. I'm gonna call her Missy. Not, I'm just saying she's,
like how'd you? Okay.
I'm not gonna call her that. I'm gonna call her Misty K. How about that? Is that better for you?
This is unbelievable.
That better? Misty K.
Listen, I rewatched 7 yesterday and just finished rewatching 8, and all I can think is like, God damn, Missy is so damn stupid with 2 O's, not even a U. She's stupid. She is the stupidest detective I've ever seen on screen. It's like, no wonder you lost your arm.
We're saving the arm for later, but yeah, I mean, well, one thing is, like, again, they show up, and my first question is, why you got Jessica in the handcuffs? Why is Jessica the one? Why are you always picking on her?
Oh, because she's strong, which makes no sense. Because she should be able to break her way out of those cuffs.
Well, that's one, and two, like, so is Luke, and Luke was not. They were both knocked out. So it's like, why are you playing favorites? Why you gotta?
You're right. I was gonna say because she was conscious, but yeah, I guess they figured that Matt was nothing to. He's not a threat in their eyes. They don't know who he is. Luke was chemically knocked out, and they're trying to figure out what the hell happened to him because that's not normal unless he's taking a nap. So maybe they figured she'd be the first to come to. I don't know.
Yeah, but she does. But what got me is she also just said again stupid things. She was like, she had to bring up, like, Jessica was like, yo, I don't kill him. You killed Kilgrave. Yeah, you mean the serial killer that was killing everybody in the city?
You're welcome.
Right.
What are you talking about here? What are you doing? Misty?
Misty's stupid with 2 O's and not a U.
Come on, man. Come on. But I think going back, and that's something we said before, I think part of the problem is that we all know what Misty should be, and we've always been told how much time have we really gotten with her as a detective before this? I mean, not in, like, the show, but in the comics. Like, I don't remember a lot of time when you actually got Misty when she was a detective. I just think that's not the Misty that any of us care about.
I can't answer that question. I was waiting for Deep Home to answer that question.
We don't get much time. I think we talked about this last week.
We don't get it, and so
yeah.
I think part of the problem is she's the one character I think they're trying to build a backstory for that there is none for, really, when it comes to this. Like, normally when we get her, she's already in the detective agency. She's already a PI. She's already got her own stuff going. And like I said, I felt like they were going there at the end of Luke Cage, and they put her back into the police department. And I'm not going to lie, I mean, she's doing dumb things, but I think also the fact that they don't know how to... You're trying to keep a character that's not going to follow the rules, but you're making her follow rules, and that's just a character none of us want to see. I don't know. It just like
but if she shows up breaking rules, it matters less than if she starts as a rule follower.
True.
And can I just add something? You saying they're trying to build her story here, but I really felt like they were more trying to build Colleen's story. And I got to tell you, I really didn't care about the Sand Snake's backstory, and I feel like we got too much of it in Iron Fist, and now here.
Talking about Colleen?
Yeah.
Her story is actually, like, completely tied to the antagonist. Like, she's literally the hand gone good. Like, it's pretty central to the story they're telling, I think.
I get it, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was. I didn't mind her in Iron Fist, but here,
You know what I think it is?
I wanted her to go back to Game of Thrones. I literally wanted her to go back to Game of Thrones at this point because I'm like, can we resurrect her Sand Snake and send her back over there? I wasn't feeling her acting this time.
You know what? You know what it is. I don't think I agree with you that she is definitely like her story is definitely tied to the handgun good. I think the problem is they kind of sidelined her for those couple episodes, like when they, she got hurt and they put her in the police department to be.
Yeah, because she's a supporting character. She's
right.
not going to be one of the stars. But I also think that it's the acting thing you said. That's a complete mystery because I felt like I really felt the weight of all her scenes. I thought she communicated everything that character's kind of going through was. I thought was really well done.
No, I think it's. I think the problem is that you're right. She's a side character, but I think that's where it comes in at. Not that you need 10 episodes, but I just feel like it. I don't know. Something did feel missing for me where it wasn't. I agree with the doctor here. Like I felt more connected to her story in Iron Fist than I did here.
I get that, but I think that just like with Missy, I think that part of their roles here were to be supportive, to highlight things that are happening to the main characters. Whereas when we had the longer narratives with them, they had their own more direct arcs.
Yeah, and I think that might be it too. I think maybe what we need is and obviously this is what everybody's calling for. You need them to make their own show. You put them together or something like that because you have a lot of stuff there and it is tied to main character. But I feel like there's a lot there with Colleen and honestly, we mentioned this last time when Bakuto showed up and he and Danny's like, I remember from last time. I'm like, nigga, you didn't fight him last time. That was Colleen. Like that's not your bad guy. That's not your arch nemesis. That's Colleen's. Like you're nobody here. That's not your fucking story. And so I we get into that in episode 8. We do get a conclusion there, but it kind of felt like again, you have to have it in this story because again, it's part of that. But it did at some point felt off. Not bad, but it just felt a little off.
I didn't see. I mean, I didn't feel that at all.
Yeah. And let's see, what else do I have here? I like the fact that. Well, let's see.
I like the scenes with the supporting characters, like as our defenders wake up in the police station, kind of getting caught up and kind of having, because for us, especially because the way it was released in the way it's in 8 episodes, you're going to binge it. You're kind of getting caught up at the end here, and you realize that this has been going at a pretty quick pace, and that no one else besides the 3 of them know what actually is going on.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder,
and they're like, you need to explain yourself. You're like, and you feel the urgency of them saying, there's literally no time for us to explain. You have to trust us, but they've also been given no reason to be trusted.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at the fact that you said the 3 of them because we all know that Danny don't know shit.
Well, Danny's not in the police station.
I know.
But he still knows shit.
I still choose to view it as very classy, low-key shade. Thank you, sir.
No.
It's funny you mentioned how, and I think there's small details, and I think sometimes when you binge things, you miss some of the small details that they do here, and that's why, again, I think coming off of Iron Fist and people not liking Iron Fist, which, by the way, fuck Scott Buck. Like, Scott Buck needs to never work for anything with anybody ever fucking again. There are small details in the Defenders I think a lot of people miss. Like, I can't remember if it's this episode or the next one. It's the next episode. I have it in my notes for episode 8. Jessica admits she hasn't changed her clothes. She was just like, we've been going through all this stuff. I haven't had a chance to change my clothes. Luke mentions it in this one when they all break out and they're going to the building. Luke mentions, I was here a couple days ago, and Jessica's like, damn, it feels like it's been weeks, but it's really just been a couple days. So, like you said, like by doing those small things, you kind of put the time in it and realize that oh shit, this really has been moving kind of quickly. You have 8 episodes that literally takes place over 2 days, which means
it's crazy.
It's a crazy thing they've been going through, which then adds into why there are so many people going, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And, going back to the Missy thing, she still does some dumb shit. But I guess that kind of also plays a little bit into her attitude on some things is, gotta think about it, if it's only been in 2 fucking days.
Since Luke got out of jail.
Right, since Luke got out of jail, she's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, when you put
we had one conversation. What is happening?
Right, like this is what it's like.
I think I too would. You know what? You're right. I think I too would be like very like, hey man, the fuck.
Yeah, the more now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, yo, that is fucking kind of crazy. It's like you have a little kid, and they're like, I'm gonna make breakfast. I was like, all right, cool. Look, just pull this stuff out of the fridge. I'll be right back. You literally go to the bathroom, you come back, and the entire fucking kitchen is destroyed. That's basically what the Defenders did in 2 fucking days.
I went to the store for 2 seconds.
Like, what did you do?
Where'd the kitchen go?
What the fuck? Where? You guys are gonna blow up a fucking building? The fuck, man? Like, I just asked you to look into a kid. I thought you were gonna take him play basketball. Maybe take him fishing. What the fuck are you doing right now?
I wanted you to be a big brother, motherfucker. What the fuck is this?
And again, I think doing that, and again, like, they wait till episode 7 to do that, and I think you kind of have to. But again, I put that in mind, I was like, damn, it really has only been fucking 2 days.
It's hard to keep track, because you're watching 4 different stories at the very beginning.
Right, and it's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, yo? It's been 2 days, and you're about to go to jail again. You're back in a police station? Really, nigga? Really?
Recidivism. Word.
Really?
Well, it is Trump's America.
Right. But there's also, I think when you put into context that it's been 2 days, and we'll get into when we get into episode 8, I think that kind of explains a lot of what goes on with even like Luke's attitude and him being like, hey man, we can't do this. I'm not trying to do all this stuff. Even Jessica on some, oh God, what the fuck? I don't want to be here. Why are we doing this? You're like, oh well, 2 days is a lot, and they've been through a fucking lot in 2 days. Luke and Jessica didn't even know about the hand.
Jessica threw a car at someone.
That is valid. She did throw a car at somebody.
It's been a very long 2 days.
Yeah, it's been a long fucking 2 days. And so that means that when she has that beer and she steals a beer from that homeless guy on at first I was looking like, that's kind of fucked up, but it's been 2 days. Understandable. I think maybe Matt and Luke should have had something to sip on. So I'm just saying.
I loved Matt saying, like, getting the okay from Foggy to get the suit back, and I loved him saying, as your lawyer, I have one piece of legal advice. Mm-hmm. The only thing, look, I lived in New York for 4 years. I went to college in New York. Getting a subway that time of night that quickly is bullshit. It's utter and complete bullshit. They should have. The rest of the episode should have been waiting on the fucking subway platform. You think you got transportation issues with Game of Thrones? Nah. They should have shown up, and the hand had been gone, and Danny's dead body been in the hole. I'm like, huh? We were late as shit.
Hey, listen, we were trying. I mean, public transportation. I mean, you get what you can. I'm just saying, yeah. Well, going back to the conversation with Foggy, one, I like the idea that, Foggy gives him a suit and is like, and later tells Karen's like, well, I thought maybe
he turned it down.
And I'm like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, yeah, no, he wasn't going to turn it down because you know Matt and you know how Matt is, and he wasn't going to turn that down. But I have in here, I can't remember who's. I think Foggy says it. I think we'll get Matt back. And I just have a bunch of ha-ha-has written after that is said.
No Daredevil character should ever say that about anyone else.
Because, like...
Matt will be fine. Don't say that.
Like, all I imagined was the narrator saying, no, they will not be getting that.
Like
he was wrong.
Without even knowing what was going to happen in episode 8, I was just like, are you sure about that? Like, dude, like, on what planet Do you think that's going to happen?
I think the first time I saw it, I was like, well, Matt's going to die. Okay. All right. Let's do this.
That's not happening whatsoever. But no, again, it goes back to, I think, Foggy bringing that change of clothes. Two reasons. One, he knows what Matt's going to do. He knows Matt's going to have to do it. But also thinking that, listen, if you do this, you have to keep Matt Murdock separate from Daredevil.
Which is the biggest endorsement you could actually give.
Hey, exactly. Like, whether Foggy admitted to doing that or not, like, that's what you're doing. You're basically giving him an okay to do this. You're telling him, keep it separate, and then you can go and, I mean, it is who you are, but you have to play both parts. You have to be a lawyer, by day, Daredevil at night. You got to keep them separate, and you got to maintain some sense of normalcy in doing that. And yeah, that is the biggest endorsement you can give him. Like, you're not gonna nothing to do about that one. Let's see. Oh, did I have this? Wait, is this from? Oh yeah, I did have this in here. Again, going back to my I hate fucking Karen agenda. So we had Foggy basically understanding who Matt is and what Matt's got to do. Then you got Karen. You were finally rebuilding your life. Karen, this is my life. Why can't you accept Matt for who he is? She's a terrible person.
No, okay. I'm not doing this again.
She's the woman who dates the dude that ain't shit, expecting her love to be the cocoon that will turn him into the magical butterfly that is a good man.
I would never have put it that way, but she's right.
I mean,
those were a series of words that I'll never say, but yes, that's what. Agree, co-sign.
I mean, it's like,
see, Chris, you're coming from our perspective of back the hero, but like not just in this, but narratively, as I said last week, you always have to have someone telling them not to do it.
Oh no,
that's what gives attention to the whole situation.
Oh no, well, he was telling them not to do shit. Wasn't that enough?
Well, no, I'm fine with. You need that character. You always do, and I reserve the right to hate that character. It's fine. Like, no, I'll give you a perfect example. Perfect example of this, right?
Let's move on from your pet.
No. Perfect example of this. The Walking Dead. I fucking hated Andrea, and I fucking hated Lori Grimes. But those are actually good characters. But I hated them personally. But when everybody's supposed to go, oh, yo, no, this is the way they're writing them, they're terrible. I'm like, no. They're great characters because I hate them.
No, you're missing the point.
No,
yeah. Because they're engineered for me to hate them.
Yes, like that is the great thing about them. It's like Cersei's on fucking Game of Thrones. I hate that woman. But it's because of the way she's written. It's a great character.
Cersei?
Yes, and well, I mean,
just to make sure that happens.
No, Cersei's a hell of a lot shrewder.
No, she is, and smarter. But like,
Cersei would have just burned up the suit.
Karen is the person that I would, again, let me say some nice things about Karen right now. I would expect Karen to be that person. She loves Matt. She doesn't love Daredevil. Like that is, and she knows. Just like Foggy knows that being Daredevil is eventually going to get Matt either seriously hurt or worse, dead. And if you love somebody, you're going to, I mean, we talked about it before. Like when Foggy talked to Matt and Josie's, he's talking to Matt like he's a drug dealer. I mean, like he's a drug addict. Because like being Daredevil is a drug for Matt. So if you love this person and you want them to be healthy, you want them to get off the drug. Problem is, I'm the drug dealer. I don't want that motherfucker off the drugs.
Chris. Wow.
I'm the
This is a long way to call yourself a drug dealer, by the way.
I'm the butcher going, hey, you know you want to take some drugs. Come on, man. You know you want some of that Daredevil? Some of that DD? Come on, yeah.
Wow.
Just shoot it real quick. You'll be fine. Yeah, no, it's great.
That sounded so obscene, sir.
Wow. That just happened. Like that.
Oh my God.
That's what, like that is unplanned. I tried. You all heard me try to move us forward before he stopped me.
Oh no,
and
I don't
he
care.
Forced
Yeah.
out this analogy.
No, I'm fine. This is. You have to deal with me, damn it.
Everything is fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. You have to take it, damn it. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, no, never look at Twitter when you're Yeah, we're not. I'm just gonna ignore what I just saw on Twitter. No. I mean, it just people got some weird images and shit that come. I'm moving forward anyway. But no. So going back to Karen, like, no, I totally understand where she's coming from and her telling Matt. I don't have to like it because again, I want to see Matt be Daredevil, and I know he needs to be Daredevil as an audience member. But
you know who doesn't want to see Matt as Daredevil?
Who?
Jessica Jones. There's the suit again.
Jessica's such an asshole. Like,
love. That's Jessica's way of showing love. Leave her alone.
Well, it's like in episode 8 when she calls Danny Ironclad. He's like, but it's Iron Fist, man. I know.
He laughed it off though. He knew that was out of line.
No, I'm gonna say Chris made him sound like a 3-year-old. Like that was. I know we exaggerate some things, but goodness.
I mean, but okay. So speaking of Danny being a 3-year-old,
dumb.
Well, he is.
But God, so damn stupid. And electric monologue.
Hold on. Before we get to this, because I'm gonna freak out at the very end. Can we talk about the fight trying to get into the building?
Oh yeah, that was sweet. What's up with the geriatric abuse? They kept knocking out on her ass.
No, she knocked him first.
Whoa! You talking about Gal? She's the most dangerous one. She's the most dangerous one. What are you talking about? Man, I will push that old woman. If I see that old woman in a subway, I am pushing her on the tracks. Keep me away from whoever that woman is in real life, because I'm gonna feel some kind of fucking way. You do not. No. See, that's how she gets you. See, that's how Gal is allowed to stay around as long as she is, because she's all old. And people go, oh, look at this old woman. She will murder you.
She was fucking everybody up.
No, she fought Luke and Jessica.
I know.
I loved it when Luke tossed the pipe.
It cracked me up too because that pipe and was trying to beat the shit out of Gal.
Right. It's like, and she didn't stay down. Like they still got away. Like, no. You see Gal, you punch her in the face when you can. Because she is not the one. Yeah, no, you do not do that. Yeah, sorry. No, you beat. She's the most dangerous one out of everybody. So, yeah. But, yeah.
Did you guys just spend the last 10 minutes talking about beating up an old lady?
It wasn't
we were about to.
It wasn't 10 minutes, but
the next 10 minutes.
You just joined us in where we're about to go into why you should always beat up old people.
That is not what we are advocating, sir.
Listen, the two most dangerous people have been Alexandria and Gal, so yes.
And I watched Stick cut off his own hand.
Oh my God! Yeah. All the old people are fuck old people. Nope. Oh yeah, old man tried to drug Luke Cage, and then almost killed.
He comes the closest to killing Danny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
And I tell you what, man, this is that old people privilege. This is that like I walked uphill both ways in the snow shit. Mm-hmm. They think their lives were so much harder.
Yep.
And when you look at those three, I can't argue.
That's ages. It's like, listen, old people can catch it too. You can catch these hands. I don't give a fuck. Just saying. Say I'm wrong. So, no, but I really did enjoy that fight. I also like the fact that when they try to tell Colleen to go back, she's like, "Thank you." What the fuck? Are you serious right now? Fuck you talking about?
Yeah, Luke's like, "Why are you here?" The fuck you.
Right.
You're welcome, asshole.
I was with Colleen in that moment. It's like, you ungrateful wretched.
Well, the other problem I have too is, listen, all right, so we just talk about if you see, old woman walking with a cane like Gal, like you gotta square up because you never know what's gonna happen. Colleen's been walking around with a goddamn.
The views and opinions expressed by Chris do not reflect those of the speaker.
All right, you can say that you want.
We're not advocating geriatric abuse.
You end up with the deadly palm blast to the chest. And, okay, catch some hands if you want to. Catch some old people hands, old wrinkly people hands if you want to. I'm not doing that. I'm defending my fucking self.
Gentle listeners. Regardless of the views of our editor-in-chief, the NTR Network does not advocate the abuse of the elderly. Please.
Oh, in a free preview of this weekend, we are saddened to part ways with our founder editor. For the views and opinions expressed, those of committing elder abuse.
Between elderly abuse and admitting to be a drug dealer, it's just been a bad day for me already.
Bad show for you.
Bad show. Bad show. It's about to get. Well, here's the other thing too. So, if you have a woman who walks around with a katana, I think she can join the club. I'm just saying. I think that's a person. I mean, unless you're in Texas, I think that's a person you can be okay with. Like she walks around with a sword.
But technically, she was like on death's door like an episode ago.
We don't need to bring up that.
Well,
and there's the problem with the compressed timeline.
But even because days ago she was, we gotta help her now, and now she's running around like she's not busting, popping stitches.
Oh, but see, so here's my take on that though. All right, you're valid there, but the reason why, and remember, everybody else just got fucking knocked out too. All right, so there's that. But the reason why she had stitches is because she was literally in a sword fight. She was sword fighting with a goddamn hand. If you're sword fighting with a hand, you can come. I think you can come. And she was fighting. Oh, and by the way, she was fighting a guy she had already killed last year, like a couple months ago. I think she can come. I think you let that person join the club. I think you do. I think she enters into the hand hating club. I think so. I think that's just valid. I'm just saying, Colleen had a valid point.
I mean, she can definitely fight better than Danny. So there's that.
I can fight better than Danny.
But you are not the immortal Iron Fist.
Thank God. For all the good it's done him.
I'm serious, guys. I am the immortal Iron Fist.
I don't know what that means.
Funny thing is,
wait. Back at the police station when Matt said it, he said it like so seriously, and Foggy's like, I don't know what that means. Like, God.
But,
oh my God.
But the greatest thing about this is, and again, I think, I mean, as much as we make fun about this and jokes about this, the funny thing is, Danny doesn't. Danny really doesn't know what it means. And that leads us to the fight where Elektra basically goads Danny into giving her exactly what she wants because Danny
is a dumbass.
He's stupid.
I was so angry at him because he's like, I'm not going to do what the hand wants. You guys don't have to protect me. You can let me do what I want. I'm not going to do what the hand wants. And immediately does exactly what they want.
It's my job to defeat the hand. And she's like, I'm not the hand, you dumbass. I just need your hand.
But it's just one of the things I love is go ahead.
So the way you hate Karen Page and you're like, because she serves the purpose of holding back the hero. I'm okay with Danny's stupidity because I got to see a giant fucking dragon skeleton.
I get
sorry. I'm easily satiated.
I want to see a dragon, though. I'm sorry, but I know we do this whole gritty Marvel Netflix universe.
Also budget.
But when you introduce the Iron Fist and you keep talking about Kunlun and I had to face a dragon, show me the freaking dragon.
Hey,
At this point, I
have a serious question, though. Is it a better story? Is it a better story to show you the fantastic thing up front or to lead you up to the fantastic thing?
Which has more legs. Up front. I
think
they've needed to show it at the end of first season of Iron Fist. I think we needed to see the dragon.
So in the last episode of the first season of Daredevil.
So here's
exactly. So why didn't I get the dragon at the end of the first season of Iron Fist?
You want to see good dragon action? Go watch Game of Thrones season 7 again.
No, I need to see a giant Chinese yellow dragon talk. I don't know. I don't know what it does. I just need to see it.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. You don't want that, and here's why.
Budgets.
Well, no, that's what it is. I think because, and this goes back to why I say fuck Scott Buck and Perlmutter. I don't believe that the shows had the budget for that. I'm really hoping, and this is me just going into the future, I'm really hoping that they do get higher budget. Because I remember, I want to say when they originally did this deal, the budget they had was for all the shows. And now maybe they might have adjusted that. So I don't think they have money. And Ike is cheap as shit. So if they did give us the dragon, it would have looked like Medusa's hairpiece in Inhumans. So I don't think we want it at this point. But no, I do kind of wish we had seen it. I think it just comes down to they don't have the money for it. They literally do not have the money for it. And after seeing an entire season of seeing dragons every single episode of Game of Thrones, I definitely don't want to see the dragon on Defenders because it would have looked horrendous. I would have been pissed.
They ain't got that HBO money yet.
No, it would have been and floss.
Can you imagine the DirecTV versus cable commercial that it would have like this is your dragon on DirecTV and it'd been like Drogon. This is your dragon on cable. It would have been some cheap ass fucking dragon. It would have been so fucking bad. Oh God, I'm thinking about it now. Oh man, but no. So like Electra does Danny stupid, but what I love about it is what she like the conversation she has as she basically is goading him into this is it was actually not bad. She was like she was like that's why you're still chained to your master's loyalty. Like you're loyal to them. They didn't even tell you everything you need to know. They didn't give you all the information you needed to. You're basically fighting blind. You're saying all this stuff, and I think that's gonna be the interesting thing about Iron Fist season 2 is getting Danny to finally understand what the fuck he is and what the fuck that he needs to go through. Like he's the thing that I love about the Iron Fist in Defenders versus the season of Iron Fist is they do a really good job of really having other people tell you, Danny, you're dumb as fuck. Like, you don't know all this stuff. And I feel like they spent... I don't want to say they didn't do that in season 1 of Iron Fist, but it wasn't done like they do it here in the Defenders. It felt like they were trying to lead us along with that a little bit. I don't know what it was. It feels different and it feels better. Like, I called Danny stupid in Defenders like I did in season 1 of Iron Fist, but I actually like him more in Defenders. And I actually even, at some point, I actually even feel sorry for him because I'm like, damn, dude, you really don't know anything. You have, you have this purpose. You need to be doing this stuff, but you don't know why. And honestly, when hearing people from the Hand talk to him, it's like, maybe you need to start asking questions as to why you're doing some of this stuff. You know?
Yeah, it's like the Hand is evil, and we know that, but Danny doesn't know why the Hand is evil. He's just been told it's evil and he has to fight them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not that they're good, but he doesn't know the story behind. Like, that whole story that Stick told him, he had never heard that before. So, he didn't know about the chaste and all this other stuff that's Hand adjacent.
Are you basically saying that Danny is an evangelical Christian?
See, I was gonna go there, but since you went there, you can take that one. I'm already on timeout, so I'm just gonna sit over here. I can't say. I'm just gonna nod and wave my church fan and just.
Your MLK church fan.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just.
Y'all not gonna have me be in trouble.
Hey, so. You know what? But going back to like, there's little things like going back to something that Colleen said when Colleen was talking about Danny. She says, I think she's talking to Claire. She's like, deep down inside, he's still just a kid looking for his family.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that is that kind of stuff that right there when you the way they lay it out, and it's constantly laid out throughout this season for Defenders. You understand more why Danny does some of the dumb things he does. Like, if you're just a kid looking for your family and you kind of didn't complete all of your training and you didn't get asked all the questions you need to ask, I can definitely see you acting the way Danny acts. Like, it's stupid, but it's because Danny doesn't have all the information. In a way, we have more information than Danny does. Right? And I think that's what makes me like his character, and I think Finn Jones, because he was given more time to work with the stuff, and I think the showrunner is just better at this. It feels more believable in the role, and I actually like him more in this one than I did in the first season of Iron Fist. So I see, I'm being nice. I'm being nice to Danny.
My last note about episode 7. There's a song that plays at the very beginning when they're all waking up unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
It's "Where Did You Sleep Last Night?"
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It's a perfect usage for it. And I can't tell if it was the Nirvana version or not, but it was it was a great placement of that song.
Yeah. Yeah. So Danny get and I love because again small details when you're watching the fight with Elektra, which I think was a pretty good fight. You watch as Elektra moves closer and closer to the door as she's talking to Danny, and Danny gets.
She's trying to piss him off, yeah.
And she's pissing him off, and then Danny lights up the fist, and you're like, oh, "You're an idiot." But even when he does,
so proud of him, and he was so proud of himself when he punched her, and it's like, dude, she is maneuvering you exactly where she wants you. And have you seen her take punches from Luke and shake them off like they were tickles? You think that little punch did something?
That's the inconsistent strength levels of Luke in this series.
Oh yeah. But that's the other thing too. So when he does that, and I like what they again, it's subtle things they do with Danny in this series that again make me like him better at this. When he fights her, when he lights up his fist and he fights her, he is fighting so wild at that point because he's angry. She succeeded in pissing him off, and he's even more. He's not focused. He's not thinking. He's completely wild. Like he's throwing haymakers at her. It's like, yo, dude, what the fuck? And she just can easily maneuvers him where she wants him to go and opens up the door. You know, it's just. I really enjoyed how they did it because again, yeah, you're going, Danny, you're fucking stupid. Like we know what is, and maybe this would have been better if they hadn't told us
what the plan was.
Because they had told us back in what was it, like episode 2 or 3? Yeah, it's 2 or 3. They told us that, you know, hey, we need the Iron Fist open. If they hadn't told us that, I think that would have sounded a little bit better. And they should have kind of hidden that. Like told us, hey, we need the Iron Fist, but not tell us why. And then you see that, hey, it's not. They don't need Danny. They literally need the Iron Fist. They need him. They need his fist. And I think that would have made better because again, the entire time Danny's thinking that they just want to turn him. Because again, remember if you think about it, again going back to season 1 of Iron Fist, that's what the whole deal was. Because his whole thing was, I'm gonna make Danny want to join the Hand. He's gonna want to be a part of it. He's gonna see that, hey, we're not all that bad.
I hadn't even thought about that. That's a good point.
I'm gonna want to join us. And so, because at one point, I think it was last episode or the episode before when the rest of the Defenders kind of try to lock up Danny, he tell them like, we know what they want. They want me. They want to turn me. They want me to join them. That's what they want. And then he kept seeing that. The reason why that doesn't make impact with us is because they told us in episode 2 that, oh no, they need the fist to open the door. If they hadn't told us that, I think a lot of it would have been a little bit easier and more believable to think that, oh, they want to turn Danny, so they use Danny in the Black Sky to go into Kunlun and take over again. But then when you find out, it's like, no, we literally just need you to open the door. You're like, oh. Yeah, no, dude, you're expendable. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you as a person. They care about you as basically, you know, a tool.
He's a key.
You're literally a key. And so I think that that little subtle thing in the writing is what kind of dampens the impact of what goes on. Because we're just going, yeah, fucking Danny, you're fucking stupid. Because we as an audience know what they want him to do. But that's because we have inside knowledge. Danny, on the other hand, he has no fucking clue. He thinks that they just want to turn him again. And as a matter of fact, we're thinking about it, when they get down there, he thinks she just wants him to translate the fucking door.
Right.
It's like, what? Like, that's what you want from me? Like, you want to turn me? And so that when you put it in that context, his conversation with her and how she's able to manipulate him makes so much sense from Danny's point of view. It's just, you know, they've already kind of spoiled us on what they really want. We kind of already knew the answer.
That's a really good point.
Did he even pass that class? I feel like he didn't go to all his classes.
Oh, he didn't. He didn't. Remember season 1, Danny, and again, small, subtle detail here, Danny didn't know how to recharge his chi.
Right.
Yeah, I can do that. Like Danny is so stupid and so clueless on how he can do half of this stuff. It's like, wait, I can recharge my chi, and that comes in the idea when you see this season, he's able to keep the Iron Fist a little bit longer than he was before.
There's maybe it's because I'm late, I'm tired, and I ran a day. There are so many inappropriate jokes with that whole thing that you just said.
I know.
What thing?
Sorry.
Same.
Good night, everybody. I'm gonna go to bed.
Same.
Like, and good night.
Same. It's not just
I'm
me.
a child. I'm sorry.
I have no room to talk. So.
Oh yeah, Shannon, you missed him.
Oh yeah,
Kevin.
yeah. I went full drug dealer. It was bad. It was not good. It was not good. And I'm keeping it all in the show. All right, let's move on to episode 8, which is just called The Defenders, which you get the team together.
They're like, hey, just in case you don't know what you've been watching this whole time,
Right.
episode 8,
Yeah,
giving you the title.
Just so you know, we're gonna get everybody together in this one. So we're gonna go here. I like how again this episode starts because again last episode they end with a everybody shows up. We forgot Missy basically goes, all right, well how long do you want me to hold them off? I'm like, that's more of the Missy I want to see. Like, yeah, just don't try to ask for details. Just be like, yo, what do you need? Like, how long do you want me to lie and keep these people off your fucking back? And Colleen has a brilliant idea which is actually brilliant, to blow up the building. Which I just gotta also say that just real quickly, that's not how the building would ever implode like that by doing that. But whatever, we're not gonna.
Chris, didn't you hear the architect had already marked where to put the bombs?
I watched
in one place. In one place.
I was living in the Pacific Northwest when the Seattle took down their old football stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is not how it works.
Right. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. I waiting for them to go to different spots and put the C4 in different spots. They went to one spot. And was like, we'll put it right here. This will work. I'm like, that is not going to work.
Yo, I went back on the rewatch. I was like, okay, so I must have like blinked or like looked at my phone, and I was like, no, they put one charge.
Right.
There's no like even intimation. They didn't cut away and then have them cut back and be in different places. No, there's no intimation of a passage of time. It's just like they plant the one and like, can't wait for them to get back.
Look,
why wouldn't you plant it and then go with them? Like, what the hell was happening?
Look. I know I got to get this out of the way because it's really one of the biggest inconsistencies.
Super distracting.
Because when the building actually blows up and there's an explosion near the top, and I'm like, but if you're gonna, it should be at the bottom. Like you don't. That's not how that works.
They never went upstairs. They never went upstairs. There should be no explosions up there.
I'm not gonna lie. This is. I was watching. I stopped it, rewound it, put it. This is like watching people try to tell you that like 9/11 conspiracy theories and stuff. That's the shit. I'm like, wait, that's not how. Who did this? Like, that's not how buildings explode. Like,
and this is why you don't want dragons on Netflix. The end.
Jet fuel melts steel beams. Like, I'm just waiting for somebody. I can wait for somebody. Like, again, jumping to the end. Like, when Trish is giving an explanation for what happened, it's like, oh, there was some demolition. I'm like, I'm waiting. They need to have that one guy call in. Listen, I'm just saying, I work in the airline industry. I'm just saying, jet fuel does not melt steel beams. I just do not believe this. There's something going on. Something fishy. Like, I cannot believe this. Like, that was the most unbelievable thing that happened this entire fucking episode. And there's a lot of unbelievable shit that happens. That is the most unbelievable shit that happened. Like, I'm just like, that's not how that works. Like, that's not even close to how that fucking worked. I'm sorry. I had to get that out of the way. But other than that, it was a good plan. Like, yeah, we need to collapse this on there. And I like the fact that, again, and Shannon, I think you missed our conversation about this, but we mentioned that all this is happening basically over like 2, maybe 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And, so when you get to the beginning of this episode, you get Luke being the one going, yeah, no, I didn't sign up for this. And
he's like, I just wanted to find out what happened to the black kid. That was Luke's whole thing.
Right. I just, I thought maybe I could be a father figure. Maybe open Top Shop back up. Like, this is not.
It felt like Clerks. Like, I'm not even supposed to be here today. What is this?
This is my day off. But again, so when you're binging it and you don't really think about the time, Luke's conversation, Luke being like, "Oh man, I'm not really down for this. I don't want to do this. I'm not in on this." I can see how people might be annoyed by that, but then when you add in the time schedule of it's been 3, he is fresh out of jail.
No, he's fresh out of jail twice because he just broke out of.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he's already back to being. It's been 3 days. He's already back to being a wanted fugitive, and they're just going, "All right, guys, we're gonna blow a building now." Whoa, okay, gotta call timeout on this one. I want no fucking part of this shit.
Oh, and add to that and we'll get to that part, but they think that Matt was kidnapped by them.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm fresh out of jail. My record is clear, and now I got a kidnapping a blind white man charge on my neck.
Nigga, if he was not bulletproof,
that is a very specific crime.
Jail.
that is a hate crime. All right, he committed a hate crime.
That's a couple hate crimes.
Right? Like they are like, you did what, sir? You just kidnapped this blind. No, trust me, you can take care. You kidnap a blind white man. Oh my god! Shoot him on sight. Shoot him on sight.
It's not going to work. Don't just shoot. It'll bounce off. Y'all get hurt.
Right.
Luke Cage is a decent dude.
Right.
I wouldn't say that shit. I'd like try it.
But no. So I totally understand when you put it in context. It totally makes sense that Luke would be on some. I don't want to do this shit. And that he has to be convinced. And I think that. I think that it would have cheapened it a little bit if he was just like, all right, cool, we got to do it because. That hasn't been Luke. Luke has not been that way. He's not been written that way ever. And him just going along with, we're going to basically blow up an entire building, it's going to take everybody else to kind of agree. And I like that he was like, come on, Claire, you're with them. Then Jessica's like, and we're just going to say that it was Jessica's being the voice that made Luke say that, fine, I guess I'll go along with it. But,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're just gonna keep bringing that up. The same thing, just saying. Again, I mentioned this before. Also, Jessica admitting that she hadn't changed her clothes. There's a cut to Colleen at that point, and I saw her face, and it's just like Colleen's go, I know you haven't changed your clothes in 2 days. We can
Colleen was
smell
like,
you.
I kind of guessed that.
Right.
Now she has fresh liquor in her system since she jacked that can of beer from the homeless subway.
Right, just no, just all bad. But again, they kind of cut back to at one point they go back to the police station, and Trish is talking to Karen, and I like how Trish basically says that Jessica's a shitty friend, but she's there when you need her. Like for the big stuff, she's there. Like you need her for the small things. She is a terrible friend. She's never going to be on time, but like. When shit hits the fan, and we see that later on, shit hits the fan, like there's nobody else you want to count on. So, yeah. Also, I noticed that Gal basically said the same thing to Elektra that Alexander said to her, something about basically, a city's falling.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. I like that little callback because didn't Alexander? She said that to Elektra in episode 1.
Yeah.
End of episode 1, and it's not the exact same quote, but it's one of those things. It's like, man, Gal. I want to see an early Gal and Alexander movie because they were probably wrecking shit, yo, wrecking some shit. Let's see.
Hey, so what was aside from like they decided to plant the bombs, the corny shit happens in the elevator. I like that.
Hey, wait, corny shit happens. That was great. I love the going into elevator stuff. I love that shit. That shit was fucking great.
I'm glad we found each other. That shit.
No, because of Jessica's reaction.
It was like, I'm not gonna hug you.
Right, I'm not gonna hug you. Then there's, you guys ready? No. Sounds about right. I know that's fucking awesome.
All right.
That is. I'm sorry. I like that. I like it because. It was supposed to be, they're trying to be a sentimental moment, and Jessica just basically goes, no, we're not doing this. not. It's not.
And even Matt gave that big sigh, like, no, I'm
I
tired.
love that. I'm not gonna hug you line.
I'm tired. I kind of want to go home. just tell Froggy and Karen they were right.
Matt says, like, Luke is like, man, I don't. The more I think about this, the more I think this is a bad idea. He's like, Matt's like, yeah, that's why I don't think about it when I just do it. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, like, no.
I've heard worse advice.
Right, no. So, again, like, it's corny at some point, but I like it because it's that thing of, like, the heroes know this is just a bad idea. Like, this is not going to go well. And, again, I felt like that was a really genuine moment right there for that. So, anyway, you were going to go with something else?
Well, I love that. I'm not gonna hug you line because like they really wanted a hug. Like you could just tell.
Well, maybe not hug Jessica.
The romance is real. The love between all of them is just real.
I'm not sure if they really wanted to hug Jessica though. She hasn't showered, or changed her clothes. So.
You really won't let that go.
I just go. She probably stank. But let's be honest. Don't we all want? Well, don't some of us on the podcast just want to snuggle with Mike Coulter? Come on.
Some of us have.
Don't rub it in. Y'all ain't gotta get something.
Yeah, I'm like, this is what I'm here for. Like, act like y'all didn't know what it was.
I was giving you guys some space in the moment.
That was respectful space.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
I was trying
to step back and let it happen.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta just shut the fuck up and let Black Girl Time happen. That's what I was doing. I was trying to give you guys your
How about a thank you?
Yeah.
How about you mix in a thank you?
Yeah, you're welcome.
I don't say yet. How about that?
Can I ask another question? What was the plan?
Which plan?
When they got to the bottom, Matt was like, I got a plan. Or Luke said, I got a plan, but you're not going to like it. What was the plan?
Yeah, just make Jessica come out there and pretend
by herself and we swing on fucking ropes?
Yeah.
The fuck kind of 6-year-old plan was this?
We'll
act like we're swashbucklers. You just gotta stall them.
It's the same plan you make when you're only 10 stories up and you already realize there's no way to get back up and you got like
your indestructible jump.
Oh well, yeah, that would have been cool, but again, budgets.
You're right. You're right.
Like they use half.
I'm just saying when he said he had a plan, I was like, yeah, my nigga Luke got a plan, and they swung it. I'm like, where's the plan?
Yeah,
is that a plan?
You know, plan is always relative on all of these shows.
That's a Luke plan.
Well, that you know what you know what it was.
We grade Luke on a curve now.
No, I got it. That was a Star-Lord plan.
Oh damn.
That was a Star-Lord plan. How much of a plan you got? Like 11%.
Yeah, 11%.
No, it was 12%. This is 12% of a plan. Well, this is better than 11. It's better than 11%. Yeah, it's better than 11. Yeah, but it's still only 12% of a plan. Yeah, it's a Star-Lord plan. That's what that was. But I gotta say, before we even get to there, again, I think that it's gonna sound weird, but the best things about Danny are when he's interacting with other characters or they're reading the fuck out of him, and Gal reads the fuck out of Danny. Mm-hmm. You're as naive now as you are when I first laid eyes on you. Ooh, Danny.
Can I just say though, too, this episode, I have to dial back my defense of Finn a few. I think I tried to defend him in the first episode we did. Oh, Finn, baby, he can't act. Oh my God. It was so painful. Okay, I'm jumping ahead, but it was so painful when he had that moment with Colleen at the end, and he was trying to be so serious. I'm like, oh, baby, just stop.
I think we talked about this before.
I think you guys are just predisposed to dislike him because I thought that, particularly at the end, he really sold it well.
You know what I think it is? I think it's. Oh, go ahead.
No, bueno, no. It's not good.
You know what I think it is? It's one of those things where I think sometimes, again, you're not necessarily a bad actor, but some actors are better at certain things than other things. And I don't think Finn Jones does serious well. I don't think that's his thing. Like, I'm not saying that it's bad. Like, I didn't really like that end scene. Again, jumping ahead a little bit. That end scene with Colleen didn't bother me too much, but it's also not him at his strongest.
Some of my favorite Loras, now when I think about Game of Thrones, some of my favorite Loras scenes are actually the ones where he's kind of like the ones here in Defenders where other characters are kind of like, Loras, like, smart is not your strong suit. Like those are my favorite, like where he's just acting really like kind of dumb, because that's kind of his character in Game of Thrones a little bit, is that he's a really great warrior, but he's not that smart, he's not cunning. So I kind of like that aspect of him. I think he does that really well, and you see it here as well with everybody telling Dany that he's not that smart. But I don't know if Sirius is Finn's wheelhouse. I don't know if that's his thing.
And it also could just be he needs better direction on some of the things. Like I don't know. Like they're not. It doesn't. Again, that scene didn't bother me as much, but I will say I don't think that they're as. I don't think those are the strongest points.
Do you want to divide the two fights into upstairs and downstairs?
Yes. What do you want to
get pretty much, because that's the thing about this episode and about the last one. All that, like we said, all the things are moving so quickly. And here, because there's no more story left to tell, it's basically 45 minutes of fighting.
Yeah. And again, I like. Let's do the upstairs fight first with Colleen.
Okay.
Because this is where Missy Knight gets officially knighted from
Fucking
Squire to Knight.
finally.
She's like, I want somebody to take her arm.
Gets knighted.
Yeah, I want somebody to take her arm and like just kind of tap both.
Just move
both.
past it.
I want to take her arm and like, I now knight you, Misty Knight. With that fucking arm that she got cut off. Listen, I'm just saying, like I was so happy.
This will not fly during our regular season.
I was so
this
happy.
Adoption of corny jokes. No,
we're
gonna have a long talk before we start recording.
I was so happy with this.
This is ridiculous.
I like how you tried to sail past it though.
He tried to act like he didn't say it. I'm like, we heard you. No, like we're on the show too.
Like, also, so Deepon, I need to confess something. Like, you do realize that the more it bothers you, the more I'm going to do it right.
I'm not letting it slide. Like this is
like the more
when they came for corny ass jokes, I said nothing. It can't be me.
Like the more you struggle and you get angry at this.
Wow.
The more I'm now gonna throw them in every chance I get now.
Can I just say, I don't mind that they took Misty's arm because I understand that it's canon, but it just reinforces how they wrote Misty as just dumb. Why are you walking with your arm outstretched to a dude with a fucking sword?
Because it has to happen. They teased us at the end of Luke Cage. I don't know if you guys have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen the movie Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yes.
They go back in time, but it starts. but there's a subplot that I love. In the future, one of the guys has lost a bellhop has lost a hand. So the entire time you're in the past, you keep seeing him with these near misses with the hand. This has been Misty Knight for 2 seasons for me. Take the hand.
Well, I don't
Take the arm.
I get it, but they wrote it in such a way that just reinforced the fact that they have written Misty as an idiot.
There's no smart way to lose your arm. I'm sorry.
It's a smart way.
Smart way to lose your arm. There's no
there's a smart way not to lose your arm.
Exactly. There's no smart way to how to lose your arm. I was solving nuclear fission, and I lost my arm somehow. Like that's it. But
that's a good point. Like
there's really no good way. There's no good way to get to you lost your arm.
I would have even been okay had she been coming in and he had kind of disappeared into the shadows and then he got her arm.
Why would he have to sneak up on her? She was shooting at him and nothing was happening. Why would you sneak up if I don't have to? Give me no arm.
He might as well have just given her the sword and let her cut her own damn arm off.
No, I can't let you pick the switch. I do this.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
The switch and took her arm.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, so I really enjoyed that scene. I enjoyed the scene because you got Colleen. Again, anytime they have Colleen sword fighting, I'm just happy anyway. So I really enjoyed that. And again, it goes back to, there's actually they did a really good job, and I think because I don't know what it is. I feel like you're getting both Colleen and Misty before you get the Colleen and Misty that we know. I just feel they've done a better job of setting up Colleen, because even with Colleen, they've given her an arch enemy. They've given her someone to compete against. They haven't done that with Misty, so Misty's never had that. She's always been kind of this outsider trying to get in, and she doesn't know what's going on. But they gave Colleen an actual storyline that started in Iron Fist and it's kind of gone through its completion here. And so I enjoy that scene. But then you get I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy it because she got her arm taken. That's literally the only reason why I like the Misty Knight being there. But when you think about it, outside of that aspect of it, she had no business being there, and the entire thing is comical at best. Like, it is the dumbest thing ever. Like,
no smart way to do it.
If you think about it, in the comic, the way she moves her arm
I
is...
liked it in Luke Cage, and I was so upset that they teased me with
I was like, just take it away.
Yeah, so there's that. So in Luke Cage, they did it fine. Because it felt natural there. In the comics, she's literally trying to... She's a bomb tech. She's in the bomb squad, and she's trying to save people, and she's throwing the bomb away, and her arm gets taken that way. That makes more sense. And this one is literally one of those...
That has a lot of pathos, yeah.
Yeah, and this one, it's literally like, we got to get her arm taken, so we got to find some kind of way. Have her Frankenstein over with one arm out so that Bakuna can take it. You're just like, fuck it, I'll allow it. Like, fuck it, I'll take it. Like, again,
had to be done.
Again, it's one of those things where I'll take it because of what we get in the end, but you should have had it. She should have lost her arm in season 1. She should have lost her arm in season 1 of Luke Cage. It was done then. Should have done it. Should have had it done right. And they got to the point where we're like, yo, we gotta take the arm, find some kind of way. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It would have been even nicer if somehow she got trapped or something happened. Like, let's say the bomb went off in her arm. Something like that would have made more sense.
I thought we were going when I heard bombs and Misty Knight. I was like, all right.
Same here. I thought the same thing.
I was just chanting "take the arm" the entire time. It was weird.
Yeah. So, but
I got chant kill Karen. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. See.
She ain't even why? It's out of left field. Like,
the Karen hate always it comes out of nowhere. It comes
it's
from
so strange. It's like Tourette's.
Yeah. Hey, Karen wasn't even in the building. Like, see, that wasn't even me.
It was a sniper round. It's like, what was that? I heard a noise and then Karen fell over.
Maybe foreshadowing how Karen goes. Sniper round. I'm just saying.
Oh no, it's gonna be much more personal.
I know. Up close and personal.
Very much so.
Maybe using no. You know what? Let me stop. I'm getting myself too excited right now. You know what I liked about the fight in the basement? The tracking shot they did, where they had all of them fighting at the same time, and it kind of just goes around the circle like that. Like because I don't think
that Avengers. That's that classic Avengers.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Love it.
Yeah,
I live for it.
It also starts with the return of the Iron Fist splash damage, where he punches the ground finally.
Actually, no.
I thought he punched Gal.
He punched Gal because him and Gal did a face off. You're like, I don't know if you want to go up against Gal. She kind of usually. Oh, okay, never mind, Danny.
Never mind, you good.
Danny put his big boy Iron Fist pants on. Okay.
Stick and move, Danny.
Right. I was like, yo, you know what I thought about immediately because of our conversation we had about going on and old people? You don't hold back against this old lady. Like, I know she's old.
Fuck that.
I know she's old, but you better hit this woman. This is one of those. You ever see those videos and guys are always like, "Well, I'm just saying, sometimes you got to hit a woman." There's no excuse for that. This is the one time.
Chris is gonna be trashed like 4 times.
This is the one time.
Wait.
Sometimes you gotta hit an old lady.
Sometimes you gotta hit an old woman. I'm like, this is the
Chris
one
is basically
time.
a season of Insecure right now. This is terrible.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
This is
just trash.
This is that one example that just happens out of nowhere. You're like, well, what if it's an old woman who works for the hand who has like this deadly fist palm?
Still an old woman.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you better hit that old woman. I'm just saying.
You gotta hit her. No,
you gotta hit her.
Like, I'm not willing to say hit all old people like Chris is. I am willing to say that in this specific case, you should probably hit that woman.
I'm just saying.
Before she force chokes you.
I'm just saying, if you ever seen Palpatine, I'm just saying, if you ever come across an old person and you want to hit them, you probably should, because it probably means they're dangerous.
We'll miss Chris. Look.
When I go, when I go to retirement, when I go to retirement homes, when I go to retirement homes, I never feel the urge to hit an old person. Why? Because those are nice, good, wholesome old people. But I'm just saying.
You're saying respectable old people don't deserve to be hit?
Absolutely.
But people who you find is threatening because of maybe their dress movements deserve to be
Absolutely.
I'm asking Chris a question.
Okay, so since we're on Jedi metaphors, why did Matt turn into Matt Skywalker?
That's stupid.
I see the good in you.
That's stupid.
Because
Chris, what's the answer? Chris, tell her the answer.
Your dick is not your friend.
Matt is
dick is not your friend. That's the answer.
Oh my God. Moji had a tweet today that said Matt and Electra are that couple that their friends hate when they break up because they just never stop talking about each other.
That's exactly
so true.
I hate them
Oh my
both.
God. Nobody cares about your ex, Matt. Like, I get it. It was devastating. But now she's trying to kill us, so we really need you to move fast.
I need you to get with today's program where she's trying to kill us.
But see,
even just like we're on this again.
Yeah. But this is why
I thought we had decided to kill this bitch.
But didn't we all come to agreement we were going to kill her?
But this is why Matt's even more trash, right? Because Matt also still has feelings for Karen. So basically what you're saying is you got this good, wholesome girl over here who's trying to get you out of the drug dealer, taking drugs.
I don't think he has feelings for Karen.
Oh, you don't?
And if Matt was smart, he would get his life right and get with this woman of color who he had all the chemistry with.
Amen.
Instead of messing with these white women.
Oh, well, she's not wrong there. Well, that was the weird thing about all of these shows. I think we talked about this before. Like, the chemistry with who some people are with is kind of off. Like, Luke definitely has way more chemistry with Jessica, and Matt had a lot of chemistry with Claire.
Him and Claire never even slept together. Like, all they did really was, like, kiss and breathe mutual air.
What
and it was
weird,
just chemistry.
Thing to keep track of.
Oh no, I keep track of
some shit.
I keep track of all the Marvel Netflix sex scenes because this is the only time we get sex scenes. It's on Marvel Netflix.
I'm gonna get you a ship to build in a bottle or some shit. I'm gonna get you a pastime.
She's gonna call the SS Luke and Jessica. So I don't know why you even.
Yo, what the hell?
I have Luke and Jessica Funko Pops. And they sit right next to each other.
Make them kiss?
Right.
I don't make them kiss. I just put them right next to each other and I turn them towards each other.
Right. So when you bang the desk, their heads just happen to bobble together. So you're not really making them kiss. They just happen to do it naturally.
Kissing.
Right. Just natural. What the fuck? No, it makes total fucking sense.
There is one thing I am mildly concerned about. Finn's non-acting. We never really saw a scene with him and Misty.
No.
I
tracked that, and there was 2 scenes that they were in together. The one is when he brings Colleen into the police station, and they don't speak to each other because he's too busy tending to Colleen. And then the second one is when she's unconscious and she can't talk to him.
Y'all are very invested in their love life.
Yeah.
No. Oh my God! Have you not read? I have written about this multiple times. No. Jeremy Whitley's story from Secret Wars, Secret Love of Danny and Misty together, and he is twisting her hair.
I've read the one issue. Yes.
That made me fall in love with Danny and Misty, and I need that to happen in the show.
And the reason I brought it up is because Chris mentioned the fact that we were talking about couples that were together versus couples we think based on how they interact with other people are still together. And everyone's talking about how Danny and Misty are canon, but I'm like, we never really saw them together. So my concern is kind of like we see Luke and Claire together and they seem to have chemistry together in Luke Cage, but I don't know if it was Jessica Jones' presence that made Jessica Jones' flatness. My concern is, do Simone Missick and Finn Jones actually have any on-screen chemistry?
Well, what I'm wondering is if they, and I haven't seen anything on this, I'm wondering if they cast a character. Because remember, we saw them do this before. They cast certain people because they read together. I'm wondering if they had Finn Jones read with Simone Missick or vice versa. Like, I'm wondering if they did that. I'm wondering if they did that because we haven't seen them together. So I don't know how their chemistry is with each other. I mean, clearly they hinted at the end when Colleen's like, oh yeah, we can get, Danny owns the hospital. We'll make sure you put your arm together, which I'm hoping that they do a better job with the arm. I mean, again, that's ARM 1.0. So I'm thinking that we're going to get better as we go. But it's like, I don't know. Like that's one of the questions I have, and it also comes down to, will they even go that route? I think Deepam brought this up before. It's like, and I don't know if they are. I think they might reverse it, and the reason why I say that is they've just been really pumping the Colleen and Danny thing so hard.
Right. I agree with this. Yeah.
I don't think that we're gonna get Danny and Misty because that seems like it's gonna be really, really hard. Like I can see
I wouldn't bank on seeing canonical relationships necessarily.
Better had.
Matt,
I will burn the Netflix offices to the ground.
No, you won't. No, you won't. You're just talking.
Oh, I got her. Anyway,
I know where I can get to the Netflix office.
No, wait. If you can do all that, I need to get some contacts. So before you burn it down,
what you been dragging your feet for?
Right.
I just found out about it. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. But I will burn those offices to the ground. Watch me.
She doesn't mean the Netflix people.
So are Matt and Karen together canonically?
That's a long story.
Yes and no.
You should listen to the Daredevil Character Corner.
Well, yeah. Well, no. They are. But so here's the thing. Like with the thing with Matt and Karen is like the Matt, Karen, and Elektra thing is like they've all worked that out, which is why them kind of playing with the other relationships seems kind of, I don't know. It seems weird. Like I think they've nailed the Matt, Elektra, Karen thing pretty well. So clearly the way that works, it's working. Danny and again, I think Deepam brought this up before. Danny and Colleen kind of did have a thing starting off in the comics, and so maybe they eventually will get there. Because we even see it. We saw the images of Misty Knight for Luke Cage season 2. She's back in Luke Cage. I don't know. I don't see them going that route anytime soon. I'll put it that way.
Sidebar about that. I'm so happy she has an arm, but Rand technology is clearly not up to the same level as Stark technology because that arm looks really stiff.
I mean, again, the
it's a cable TV version of
that's what it is.
Stark is Yeah.
Yeah. Missy got cable. She got cable right now. She ain't got that direct TV prices right now. She ain't got that shit. She ain't. I mean, look. I mean, yeah, Danny owns a hospital, but I don't think she got insurance right now. So I'm just saying.
Get fired?
She probably got fired.
She got a.
Let's be real. She probably got fired.
That she got a fire and she got a Trumpcare arm. She don't got an Obamacare arm. She got a Trumpcare arm. I'm just saying. Just want to throw that out there. Probably a little Trumpcare.
I don't know why you encourage him like this.
I don't know why they do either. It's just
horrible.
Shouldn't.
Y'all just visiting. I gotta live here.
Horrible.
Y'all just visiting, man.
That one was funny.
Oh, and look. So going back to the fight in the basement. Look, one, love the way they did that. Again, it's seeing all the defenders fighting fighting with everybody, and working as a team. Because there's one time somebody's about to hit. I think it's Danny, and then Matt comes out of nowhere and like clotheslines him. It's like it's fun.
No, that was someone was running at Danny. And Luke grabbed him and walked him back.
Oh,
Luke bounced him.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Bro. Loved all of that. And then, go ahead.
My favorite thing is now that Elektra knows she's Elektra again. I love when she says Matt's name when she calls him Matthew. I don't know. It's just something about her accent. She's like, Matthew. It's like both intimidating and sexy at the same time. I love it.
And this is why Matt's dick is not his friend. Because he hears that and goes...
Because he heard that too.
Yeah, he heard that too. And he's just like, oh, well. And so they're trying to leave, and Matt's like, but she called me Matthew. You heard it, right? She called me Matthew. I gotta stay.
Matthew.
I feel the conflict.
Right. I gotta...
Yeah,
right. It's like, I gotta stay. I gotta just, like, that's my thing. What do you want me to tell Karen? Who?
Yo.
Who's that?
Karen gets pushed to the side, so... Karen. Do I know what Karen?
You know who this?
Wait. What was it?
I know what Karen. Give me a last name. What you look like?
Remember the episode of the Chappelle Show where he's like walking the club and he mushes that one person?
That's exactly what that was.
The girl that Chappelle mushes, that's Karen to Matt. Matt sees Electra and just like mushes Karen's face to the side. It's like, but that's Electra over there. I'm sorry. It's just so great. Like,
The worst.
He is the worst. This is such an asshole move.
Hey, man, good to see you. Is that Electra? Where's my drink?
Right. Hold
Like,
on.
what?
Hold on. Is that my dead girlfriend over there? Oh, excuse me. I'm going to say what's going on with that. I'm looking good right now.
To be fair, Dead Girlfriend is a pretty good sales pitch.
Oh, it is. It is. I'm not going to lie. It is. You just, oh, wait. Oh, wow. You're looking good. You look like you lost some weight.
Much less stabbed.
Yeah,
Much less stabbed.
You've been working out?
You've been working out? Yeah.
Working out? Oh, like, it healed a little bit? Oh, okay. No scars?
I see you.
Okay,
I see you.
So what you doing later?
Y'all are the
You
What?
Oh, you trying to destroy the city? You trying to kill everybody? That's cool.
That's cool.
What you got on though? What you got on? Oh, you got the.
Have you thought about have you thought about not destroying the city? Yeah, just give it a shot.
Okay. How about I just?
Okay, hey, do you? I'm just here to talk. We're having a conversation.
I'm just gonna hang over here. I just wanna hold you. Can I just hold you? I don't even want to. I just wanna hold you. Can we just hold each other and talk to each other? I'm just saying, But am I wrong?
Matt goes from the smartest dude to the dumbest dude the second he sees, not even sees, the second he's around Electra. Again, he can't see her.
He can smell her.
He can't, because he wasn't sure it was her earlier.
Oh, no. When he got down, he know. When they're going down the elevator, he does say, he's like, yeah, she's there. Because they asked him, it's like, is your girlfriend there? And he goes,
yeah, but is he listening for the void in other heartbeats again?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. We've established this isn't quite Electra Prime.
But this is the other thing, too. This is the other thing that goes a little weird with the, again, the changing powers. Like, Matt hears the timer go off on the bomb, and I'm like, come on.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Aren't you 50 million feet on the ground? How does that work?
Can I get some consistent power levels one
I was
time?
like, wait a minute. You couldn't hear the bottom of the when you were at the top, you couldn't hear the bottom of the thing. When you're 10 stories up, that's when you hear that, okay, yeah, I hear everybody down there. But you hear the click of, and mind you, come the fuck on. Come.
No, I got the impression he heard the beeping.
Yeah, no way. No way. If you heard the beeping,
it makes sense. I'm saying that's what he was hearing.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I was saying the click, the beeping. Hear the beeping. I'm like, wait a minute, dude. There's no way you couldn't hear the bottom before. Like, how do you hear that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. In the middle of a giant fight at the bottom of the pit. Okay, I'll allow it. But no, Matt. I think that's what happens. Matt's talking to. Matt says, protect the city to, we find out later that's what he says to Danny. But I feel like at that moment when he kind of grabbed Danny, that's when Danny kind of transferred his dumbness to Matt, which is why Matt stayed
Matt
down.
already decided to stay.
Dumbness?
Yeah.
He'd already decided to stay. He was dumb before that.
Yeah.
I like how you don't even have like a real word for it. His dumbness.
Yeah, just dumbness.
It must be contagious.
Let's try stupidity.
No. So stupidity is too good for what Matt does here. It's dumbness. You need a new word. It's dumbness.
You know what? I'm gonna side with Chris on this one.
Yeah.
This does surpass stupidity.
Yeah, it's just this is.
He's like, a building's gonna fall, but I think I can save her. So what happens if you save her? Well, we die together and she's happy. Motherfucker, what? That's the end of the plan? Wait. So the plan, the best case scenario is you convince her she is who she is, and then we die in each other's arms. Okay.
By the way, just, superhero 101. You can't convince the evil person to stop being evil. Your speech is not going to get them to stop being evil.
I have nothing else to say. That's it.
But if
couldn't be right.
You're right. But if your dick is not your friend, you're actually thinking that evil sex is probably amazing.
Oh, evil sex is the bomb.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just assume that.
I'm just.
I was gonna say this feels like a TMI moment.
Yeah, I'm just.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the things people do for it. I assume it just must be like everything. because people get way too happy.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think that's what Matt was going for. I think Matt was going for one last, the last time you put it on me, I really just haven't been able to think about anything else, so, I'm willing to die for that. Again, just stupid. Yeah. Favorite moment, another favorite moment in here, Jessica saving the two other guys.
Yeah,
she can fly, kind of.
Right.
No, she jumped, and Danny was like, and the elevator started to fall, and she grabbed the cable, but Danny was like, no way. Like, dude, we've already established she's females as strong as hell, as they say on his.
You encouraging this shit too? Come on.
I can't believe you said that.
Come on, can we have?
It's a deep-palm.
You act like you've been in a place before.
It's spreading. It's
can't take y'all in public.
It's contagious.
You literally just said females are strong as hell. Oh my god.
So why don't we go places? This is why we don't go places.
No, but
I don't take me nowhere. This is why we can't go nowhere.
But no, but I love the moment because, like, first of all, she jumped up pretty fucking high and is holding both of them up, holding them both up, and then she basically the Danny and Luke are just looking at her like, oh wow, this is amazing. She's like, yeah, can you guys start climbing, please? Like, the fuck?
Move your asses.
And
this shit is not like
callback, super long callback because it's been forever since we got a Jessica Jones season. But that was the whole thing, was that Purple Man used to make her jump.
Yep.
Like super high, like he used to torture her that way.
Yep.
But it gave her that power.
Yep. So again,
and it's just playing in the background right now. Danny looks really, really hot when he's messy. Like when he's all like mussed up and like not in the suit and whatnot. He's really hot. Just sidebar.
I don't see it.
No, it is. His like face is like all like dirt smudged and like his hair is like matted down. And he just looks sexier.
He looks like a petulant toddler to me most days.
No, that's what I'm saying. Usually when he's all clean, he looks very baby face, and I'm like, he definitely looks too young to be dating.
He looks like one of those gentrifiers. He looks like one of those gentrifiers who fucking is playing like a guitar on the subway or somewhere that's going, oh yeah, man, like have you tried the kale sandwich today? I'm just like, what the fuck, man?
Okay, I had a delicious kale salad today.
I have a question. So when he got downstairs, his jacket was zipped up, his shirt was zipped up.
Oh,
immediately, it's zipped up. His shirt is unbuttoned just far enough to see that damn tattoo.
Well,
I feel like Danny is the person, besides the fact that he has to say he's the immortal Iron Fist every like 10 seconds or he'll die, he is the type of dude to wear a deep V-neck t-shirt just to show off that tattoo every chance he gets.
But he had on like 3 layers of clothes when they
look.
Not Danny Red, because he saw that chest.
That dragon tattoo is Danny Red's equivalent to white dudes in their Affliction t-shirts they used to wear. The Affliction and Tap Out t-shirts when the UFC first started off. That's it, and you just got to show it. That's just what it is. He definitely unzipped the joint so people could see it. That's just what he does. Like, you just gotta go what he does.
Like he like leans into the sword fights just so he like his shirt will slash right down the center. That's what he does.
He fucking leads chest first like a fucking Teletubby and shit. Yeah, just like. So we end up like again. I love the end where you have all the other defenders coming in and all their loved ones are there in the hospital in the police station, and Karen and Foggy just waiting, looking at that door, waiting for Matt to come through. And
that was sad.
Yeah, it was sad. That was sad. I felt bad for both of them.
Yeah.
And actually, I loved. Sorry,
you said for both of them for that one moment.
No, actually, I feel like I loved their scene in the church. I loved that scene, and Karen did not bother me. I got it. She was like, I'm just hoping, and there's still that is someone who feels like she failed her friend, and in that moment, I felt for her, and I wasn't nearly as ready to smack her in the face just because she breathes.
Well, it's that scene, and then there's one with Claire and Foggy when she basically tells him he loved the city and the people in it more than himself, and you're like, that sums up Matt. That sums up Matt. Also, love Luke's face when Jessica suggests coffee.
He was like, you know about that?
And I have a note here that says, that ain't your man no more, Claire.
Because they are gonna have all the coffee, and then they are gonna have all the mocha babies. It's gonna be amazing.
Weird. You're like, this is just weird. I don't know.
Well, there's a scene later on at the bottom of the when they were fighting, and he saves her, and she said something like, this is familiar, and he said, what did he say?
They are on top of each other.
Yeah.
He's like on top of her, and they are clearly about like. If
yeah,
they
she's
weren't
like this.
they
She's
would
like,
have sex.
yeah, she's like.
Yeah, not none of the damn fight.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. If they weren't in the middle of a fight, they would have had sex.
I know. I got it. She goes, remember this? He's like, just like old times. I'm like, see, Claire, that ain't.
Yo, I was like, how about you motherfuckers stay focused for 2 seconds?
No, the chemistry is too thick. It's too hot.
Technically, that more focused, just not on what you wanted them to be focused on.
Or the rest of the fight necessitated to be focused on. What are you talking about, me? This is personal. I'm trying to have them live.
And obviously, because we all know Matt's not dead. They don't really tell you how. And I'm assuming if Matt's not dead, that means also Gal's alive somewhere, and also Elektra. But
I hope my baby. I hope my baby. What's his name? Japanese long name begins with a K.
Oh no!
I hope he's still alive.
Oh no! That motherfucker dead. He got thrown.
He was impaled. He was impaled on some rebar.
And Gal looks at him like, that nigga dead. So
I better get out of here because you're gonna die.
Yeah, Gal looking at him like,
So he asked her, he's like, "What is this?" She was like, "This is death."
Right.
Thanks, bitch. Oh, this is death, fool.
Oh, nigga, you is dead. Oh, baby, what are you doing? Right.
Not again.
You ain't coming back from that one.
As they reminded you during every exposition scene, they're out of the substance.
Yeah. Right.
I think he took the entirety of his head.
He's so fine.
He's so headless.
So
there it is.
So much.
Right. He is dumb.
You love
so
me.
we end the scene with basically Matt waking up in a
let's do Matt last.
Okay, do Matt. Go ahead. Who you want to do?
Talk about
Let's do Matt last.
Okay.
Jessica, this is kind of something I really enjoyed that was kind of I think I brought it up in the first episode I didn't really love, how they kind of reverted a lot of the characters to type from the growth in their series. They finally allowed them all to move forward at the end of this one. Jessica by finally reopening the agency like full time. Luke by deciding to go back to Harlem. Just like you said, he's been out for 2 days. You got and the one
I love it, but Luke also is like, he's like, I gotta go back to Harlem. It's been 2 whole days that I've been downtown. I gotta go back. It's a train ride, Luke. Stop being so.
Look, New York, 2 days downtown is a whole other world. It's like what? It's like being in another country.
I'm sorry, the actual New Yorker, no.
My 4 years, that's what I felt like. I'm saying.
In 2 days,
fake New Yorkers.
In 2 days, he went from trying to be a mentor to a kid to blowing up a building. I wouldn't want to go back down there either.
Look,
I'm going to fuck to bed.
I'm just saying.
Don't call me.
There were deathless ninjas in downtown. I'm not going back there.
Yeah, I'm going back uptown. I'm sorry. And I really, and I know, I like the fact that Finn, that Iron Fist finally has a purpose.
Yeah, but he had to be so extra about it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, that's the hero shot on the roof is the exact shot they do with Daredevil. Like it was kind of the point. They're like, this is going to be that's his Uncle Ben. Daredevil is Iron Fist's Uncle Ben, which is not like it is in the comics, and it's a departure I think is good because it gives the character a drive for the next time he can.
Well, not only that, but
I hear you, but knowing that Danny can't fight, it doesn't hit the way it does when we see Matt on the road.
Well, he was better this season. I'll give we got the jokes, but I feel like he was a lot better. I felt like his fight was a lot better this season. I think it will get better. I think it also comes down to the idea of not just him being better. They shot his scenes better with his stunt double. Like, everything is better with that. But to go back to what you were saying, it reminds me of the idea of Remember when Iron Fist took over for Daredevil, pretended to be Daredevil that one time?
Yeah.
There was that Daredevil running around in the costume. You're like, who the fuck is Daredevil? And you find out it's Danny in the fucking costume.
But it's even better because Danny's in an eyeless costume. He's literally fighting blind.
Right.
Like, wait, why are you wearing that? I'm doing Daredevil. You can't see, can you? Nope.
Right.
Cool, actually.
Right. Just fucking, it's like, because Danny's a fucking idiot. Even in the comics, I'm sorry, Danny's a fucking idiot. But that's what makes him so great.
But he's fun because he's like, I can do this blindfolded. I can literally do his job blindfolded. It's fine.
Right.
I was like that Jessica Luke scene just played again. And when she says, "Maybe we can grab some coffee," the look on his face.
He doesn't do a double take. He does a triple take. He's like, what?
He's like,
it
I'm
was
sorry,
like a
what?
spit
Coffee?
gap.
Huh? What?
Yeah,
What is going on?
Sorry, in my mind, right after he left that bar, he went and called Claire like, honey, I can't do this no more.
Claire.
Your vision of Luke is some amazing stand-up guy. I don't know. I think like, let's play this out for a minute, see how this plays. But
I gotta. I'm gonna work late tonight. Nigga, you ain't got no
it's
job.
like, I'm not coming uptown right now.
Wait, nigga,
I'm
you
just
ain't
shopping.
You working late, nigga? You
I'm
got a
downtown.
job? Yeah, I'm at a coffee shop. Right.
No, I wouldn't say that. Claire speaks the code.
Hey.
That's a great way to get caught. Claire knows what he means.
Right.
Y'all are the
So
worst.
who else? This is why we all don't do a
He
show
speaks
together.
the code.
But let's talk about the greatest end scene in my lifetime because they just did Born Again. They did the Born Again scene to close it, including them calling for Maggie, who, can I spoil who Maggie is?
Is that
Oh,
his,
sure, because I want to know.
That's
I
his
don't
fucking mother.
I was going to say,
Is it?
Yeah.
At the end of,
Maggie's-
so if you rewatch Daredevil season 1, they do the whole backstory where they show when his dad Jack goes to fight, he calls the nunnery and says, "Tell Maggie that here's what the money's gonna be.
Right.
He's gonna need help and be raised." So that's why Matt's so super Catholic. He was raised by the nuns, and coincidentally, the same orphanage that Daisy Johnson was in.
Yes. Wait, so the nun, one of the nuns that raised him was his mom, and he doesn't know?
He has no idea.
Yeah, no idea. Yeah.
It's
Well,
awesome.
this is so funny because I was going through some stuff for Defenders, right? And I found an article. Somebody goes, "Can we talk about how the end scene in Daredevil is just so stupid?" And I'm like, "Oh, because you guys don't know."
I wanted to fight everyone.
I was like, "Oh, you guys don't know. This is literally a panel of a comic book. It really."
Some of us cried because
was
Frank
like-
Miller's art was literally being brought to life.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally that. It's literally the panel, which is going to be interesting because Born Again is a very
They're obviously doing. You know what? I was talking to someone else about this. If they did do a shot-for-shot Born Again, it'd be great. But you and I would be like, all right, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You
Doing a reinterpretation and kind of shuffling the scenes because this happens near the beginning of Act 3 of Born Again.
right.
I like that end scene because I did remember that his mom was a woman named Maggie who was a nun. I was like, is that his mommy?
Yes.
Well, the other thing that gets me too is like people.
Like it's the exact dialogue from the page. It's get Maggie. He's awake. He's awake.
Well, and the thing about it is you have to do that because here's the thing. Like people are like, well, it cheapens it. We don't have time to agree. I'm like, motherfucker, everybody knows there's gonna be a Daredevil season 3.
Killing fucking Daredevil.
You already know there's a Daredevil season 3. So if you end it without showing that,
I know this storyline. I think,
Yes, you do.
Kevin
There
Smith
is-
has talked about it before.
Yeah.
as
There is
well,
no
and
body.
that's
Is the greatest line in comics history.
yeah. Oh god, yeah. That
Okay.
fucking. I mean,
And
that-
this, LaShawn, you're good. Oh, Doctor, you're gonna be so excited.
yeah.
Well, the
You're gonna be so excited.
We're gonna.
No, that was his mom. I would have so many.
No, you're gonna be so excited at what happens with Karen with this story.
You're so rude. Like super rude.
Like I
already told
like,
her. I told her it didn't spoil it.
Oh yeah. Well, this is.
Maggie Karen.
We're getting Kingpin. Do you think they're gonna bring in Bullseye?
Are you fucking serious?
I'm trying to lead into.
Of course they're bringing in
I know
Bullseye.
they're gonna do that. I'm just trying to
You
lead
got
into.
like if they don't do Bullseye, it's I want criminal charges. I'll go to the opposite.
Right. You got to.
Hey, face right now, if you could see it, I'm so confused right now. What?
Mhm.
Don't. You know what?
I've heard
I
Kevin
don't.
Smith
I don't want
discuss
to. I don't
this,
want to explain it
particular
anymore for you
run
because
at length.
I think you'll be happy. So I'm not going to explain it anymore. But you'll be.
There is nobody. A man without hope is a man without fear.
Yeah.
So, do we want to talk about the teaser?
All right. Cool.
Wait, hold on one second. The one thing that bothered me, not about the Matt stuff, the Jessica stuff, because at the end of her season, it's basically the same season, the same way her season ended,
Oh yeah,
with her
yeah.
reopening the office and all that kind of stuff. And the way they started this, I was very confused because I was just like, wait, she opened the office. Why is, like, why are things devolved again? So I just really hope that however Jessica Jones season 2 starts, that it's not like, I can't go back again. Like,
I think they reset everyone to kind of archetypes to tell the fresh story in Defenders. But I think you're right because of the obvious success Defenders was and how important it is to the canon, because now you're taking the antagonist for 2 series on the table. I think that, you're going to see these definitive changes last. Like, they won't act like Matt's back. If they act like Matt's back at work and nothing happened, I'll be furious.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. I think Defenders was unique in that they had to reset these characters to tell the story they wanted to. But I think we'll get the growth because if you look back, each character kind of, except for Matt, obviously, kind of starts the next season. The way this ends is how their last season ended, or could have ended, or with the kind of closure and growth. Except for Danny too, because he grows, and Colleen, and that story is kind of tied to the main thing. But as far as Jessica and Luke, you're kind of at the end of their original series, like, here you go, fresh start, clean slate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually agree with you.
Now they can get back together and have that coffee.
Ma'am.
There you go.
Ma'am.
There you go. Claire's gonna go up to stay with her mom or something like that, and never come back.
Also, Luke had to have his season where he realized that his wife wasn't shit. So now that he can, because the whole big thing between them was that Jessica killed his wife, but then you learn that his wife ain't shit anyway. So
yeah, there we go. So
we're all set, guys. It's happening next season.
All right, so let's talk about the Punisher teaser that a lot of people are very happy for. I still think
It made me nervous. At first, I was excited, but then when I watched it again, it made me nervous because I saw some of the flashes of his family. I'm like, please don't redo that terrible movie.
Well, I don't think so. Here's go ahead, Deepan.
You should go because I have the
all right, cool. So my thing is, they have to do flashbacks with his family because that's going to be the only time John Bernthal actually gets to show any. Because if at this point he's the Punisher, you can't do 13 episodes of the Punisher. All he does is kill people. The Punisher has no character arc. There is no development with the Punisher character. He's just the Punisher. He's a Terminator. That's why you use him as that. He goes around, he kills people. That's it. He has no real remorse. There's nothing that changes with him. He's actually a pretty, to be honest, boring character by himself.
So you don't think they do it like they did Daredevil season 2, because they brought in other characters to do stuff?
The thing about it is it works for Daredevil season 2 because he's not the main character, and he's not the Punisher at that point. He's working his way to there, but he's not. He hasn't, like, the end of his arc in Daredevil season 2 is he's become the Punisher. Like, he's gone over the deep end. Like, Frank Castle's crazy. Like, we can't say that enough. Frank Castle is a crazy person. He is now crazy. He's gone full serial killer now, and there is no arc for serial killer like Frank Castle.
You should be nervous about this series for a very easy reason. He was invented as a Marvel villain.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not.
He starts off as an antagonist in a Spider-Man book. He's hired to kill somebody, and Spider-Man trying to stop him the whole time. Yeah. And part of the problem is it's really hard to make series out of nominal villains. There's very little that's redeemable about Frank Castle. He's been interesting. I said in another podcast about 6 times in his entire comic history. One time when he was a zombie, I shit you not. Another time was when he taped Daredevil's hand to a gun and made him make a choice on the rooftop. We already did one of those. The other time is when his family was killed. We already did that. So there's not much story left in Punisher, so you're going to live in a lot of flashbacks. We're going to watch his family die probably 4 or 5 times. And 4 or 5. I'm just saying they're going to go to that well, be ready for it. And as someone said earlier, he works. You liked him because they brought in other characters like Daredevil. The thing about Punisher is he only works as a foil to reflect the goodness of your existing characters.
Yeah, like nobody.
When Cap punched out Punisher for killing supervillains in Civil War, it reminded you Cap is a good person, Punisher's a psychopath.
Okay, Deepam, I'm about to trigger you. Did you just tell me that they're about to pull a BVS and show us the same death we know about over and over?
Oh, you've never read a Punisher comic.
No, seriously. No. Like, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think from watching that teaser and the flashback they were giving. They're going to try to go back to not just his family dying, but they're going to go back to when he was in the military and what he was doing overseas. That's going to be the entire stuff. He's not going to actually
deconstruct Frank Castle. It should take 27 minutes.
And that's what's going to happen. You're going to have a lot of that because when he's a Punisher, like when you go and like we did this for the character corner. When you read Punisher comics, it's literally just him blowing up people with like explosives. Like he kills a bunch of people, which sounds like a really great thing that people say they want, but you can't do 13 episodes of 13 45-minute episodes of just that. People are going to be wondering where's the character development. It just kind of gets kind of old. It can't I can already see that people haven't thought this out because here's the thing. People say they want this, they don't read Punisher comics. Because nobody reads Punisher comics. Nobody reads Punisher. Nobody goes, hey, did you pick up the Punisher War Journal? No, you don't do that. Because we read that shit and was like, I think I need a bath. I can't.
It's really not good.
Well, and again,
I really like the
there's
idea
one.
of Karen being in this and being both like the temper to his crazy, but also like a little bit of a mirror.
But she can't even be the temper because he proved at the end of Daredevil season 2 that she can't temper him. She said, if you kill, was it what was the arms dealer's name? Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
We don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
When he pulls Clancy Brown in that shack, she's like, if you kill him, you're just as bad as he is. He says, you should leave. And he kills him.
Right. Yeah, he's
not redeemable.
Yeah, that's I think that's the problem. It's like you're gonna have a protagonist who is not who. Normally, when you get a character like this, you get a redeem. You get some kind of redemption arc. Like even with Danny,
or at least you make them likable.
Like with Danny, you have him on a mission to find out more about what he is. Yeah, we say he's stupid, but you see him learning. You see him progressing there. With Matt, you've had this whole thing about his Catholic guilt throughout everything he's done. Same thing with Luke, with Jessica. The Punisher, he's stuck in the
He's a killing machine.
Yeah, he's just a killing machine. That's all he fucking does. And so I'm just going to be it's going to be, and I think this is why sometimes the movies sometimes don't work. And like, it's just, because again, they did it with the Thomas Jane Punisher film. That's what they did with that film. They made it so that you had him care. And he, at that point, again, in there, he really wasn't the Punisher. Like, it just, I think this is a series that a lot of people aren't worried about because they think, because again, I love John Bernthal. I love him as an actor, but he's not going to get that full range of emotion. Like when he was Shane, you had a range of emotion with him being Shane. He wasn't just always evil Shane all the time. There was a progression there. Like Punisher is just one mode, so they're going to have to do a lot of non-Punisher flashbacks to make it, which I think they're going to go with him trying to hunt down the people who killed his family. But that also means going down to explaining what happened. Because I think even in one of the scenes in the teaser, you see him back when he's like in military gear and he's like with his unit. So you're going to get a lot of that. You're going to get episodes like that, which maybe they work for people, but if people want just him being the Punisher, I'm not sure they're going to get. Again, I'm not even saying it's going to be bad.
It's the kid who said, "I want ice cream for dinner," and ends up sick as shit.
Yeah, I don't even think it's going to be bad because I think that you can make it good. I think if you do the flashbacks thing, you can make an interesting show and make it a good show. I just don't think it's going to be the Punisher that people think they want, because the Punisher people think they want is not the Punisher you're ever going to be able to get. You can't get 13 episodes of that. And hey, maybe they'll prove me wrong, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I'm nervous about it. So we'll see. And it sucks because I think Bernthal is great as a Punisher. And
he's amazing.
Yeah.
Except for that haircut. I hate that Punisher haircut. But other than that, he looks amazing.
What's wrong with the Punisher
He's
haircut?
Amazing.
It was the role he was born to play. I swear to God, it seems like it is. But and that's why I was a little nervous with the trailer, and now with what you guys are telling me, I'm like, I hope they do. Maybe they go off book and create something. I don't know. Can they do that? I don't know.
Can they do
How
what?
much steps can you give a serial killer?
I want it to do well. I do because I like.
So do I.
And I like the character. I just worry, and maybe it is 13. I was like, maybe they'll do 8, but I think we ought to establish it was 13.
Yeah, it's 13. Unfortunately, I honestly, I wish they had done what they did with the Defenders and gave him 8 or 10. I think that would have been. I think that's manageable. I think that because again, remember, I think that people say it was all the series they've enjoyed with Netflix. When they're 13, they feel like there's still too many. So if you felt that way with Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, if you felt that with all the other, you're definitely gonna feel that with Punisher. I don't see. Maybe they can, but like I said, this is gonna be one that, yeah, I'm nervous for. I was actually more nervous for this than I was for Iron Fist, and I knew Iron Fist was gonna probably have some problems. So yeah.
I'm not. No, I don't have the same trepidation. I'm not even gonna say that anything. I didn't watch Iron Fist until 2 weeks before Defenders dropped. That's how much I was like, Punisher. I'm gonna be there on day one, just like I was.
We all are.
For everything else.
Well, you know what I think it is also. I think I think they're. I think a lot of people will be in on a Punisher more than they were on Iron Fist because. It's Bernthal. Like, Bernthal's going to carry that. Bernthal's going to make it so, even if I'm nervous about this, we're watching it because I'm going to watch Bernthal in this. Like, I think he's a stronger actor. He's probably one of the stronger actors in these Netflix shows. Like, we talked about Christian Ritter and Charlie Cox. John Bernthal, like, is, like, he's in that top 3, maybe one of the best. Like, that in fucking, fucking D'Onofrio, you know, which they haven't mentioned. It's we'll see, because I remember watching that scene again with him and Bernthal. That scene in Daredevil season 2. Oh man, that shit was fucking good.
The prison scene.
Yeah, the prison scene. That was just when they were confronted and just having a conversation. Him and the Kingpin and Punisher talking to each other, and that moment when Kingpin's basically gonna let him go, like. Yeah, that was so fun.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like you can't be mad at them wanting to do a Punisher series. It's Bernthal. Like they gave him just monologues in Daredevil season 2. Yeah. They would just give him whole scenes of nothing. Just like we just want to do a close-up shot on John Bernthal's face talking. That's it.
He's the only one.
He's that compelling.
He's the only one that can get away with a monologue that you're not going to worry that someone's going to come out of nowhere and just shoot him in the head.
Yeah, you know, I give you that. Like I said, we'll see. Like, they're keeping the interesting thing I find about this is they're keeping this compared to everything else. They're keeping this really close to the vest. Like, we don't even know the date of it coming out, which I think is supposed to be November, but they haven't officially announced the date.
Mm-mm.
So.
And I will say too, I was looking at the cast listing while you guys were chatting, and I see where the lady that plays Karen Page is in there. I did like her interactions with Frank Castle. I thought that again, people reading together, they work well together, kind of like Luke and Danny work well together.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I wish we knew more about where they're going. I just know that when it comes to Punisher comics, man, they are not fun to read. You start off okay, and then you're just like, wait, are there 13 more issues of this? Like, does he just kill him? Let me just skip to the end. Let me see if he just kills everybody. Oh, okay. That's just, wow.
Well, maybe
you learned something.
No. Or maybe it's like the Death Note anime. Screw the movie. Maybe it's like the Death Note anime where even though you're not supposed to root for Light, I won't lie, I was low-key rooting for Light.
How, ma'am?
When Naomi was about...
I don't know what this is.
It's an anime. So when Naomi was about to go to I was hoping that he would get her, and I know that's not that I'm a terrible person. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop.
No, ma'am. That was when I knew it was a wrap, and we had to get rid of this man. That was when you were rooting for him?
No.
Okay.
I was torn. I'm like, I should not be rooting for him. But in this moment, I kind of want him to get away with it just so I can see what happens. I'm a terrible person. Oh,
I think we. Here's the thing, though. You're in the right place. I think we're all terrible people. All right. So, any final thoughts before we wrap this up? And this is again. I'm just gonna say this is why we don't get all four of us together.
Series, and we should get the four of us. We're hilarious. Damn it.
We are.
Or
at least I am. I know I am.
I think I'm pretty funny myself. I laugh at my own jokes. I'm just saying. I think they're, you know.
If you can't make yourself laugh, that's all that matters. Like that's the goal. Make yourself laugh. Who cares about anybody else?
And I see that Deepalm's on mute. He's probably cursing us all out right now. So.
No, I'm waiting for y'all to put yourselves over. It's fine. Go ahead and get your stuff in. Put yourselves over. Talk about how great you are. This is good. This is nice.
I like patting myself on the back. I'm just saying. It's just.
Hey, if you don't put yourself over, who will?
Yeah. So we're back with Super Tuesday recaps. You're gonna get all of us. I think again, you're gonna get another episode from myself and Deepalm. We're gonna be joined by Justin tomorrow. We're wrapping up. Going back, people begging for it. It's coming soon. Recording it. I don't know when it'll be released. We're recording our Secret Empire wrap up. And I know we're coming into our fall show, so we'll be getting preview episodes in there eventually. I know Shannon and the Doctor have Supergirl and Black Lightning to talk about, and Deepalm and I have all the CW shows coming back in October. And well, shit, we're actually back a little bit earlier than that because we got Inhumans as long as that lasts. Yeah. Well,
has anybody gone to see it yet?
I'm not paying for that shit.
It's coming out for free.
It's coming out for free. I'm not paying for that.
No, I had tickets to go see it in IMAX, but we had a major heat wave, and I just could not leave the house. It was too hot for me to physically leave the house.
Look, once they told me they did it as cheaply as possible, I was like, cheap and IMAX doesn't go together, so I'm not gonna waste my money. I'm gonna wait until it comes on TV and then try to hopefully, it's not that long of a season, and we'll see how it goes. So.
I was all kind of disappointed because I was flipping through my on demand and couldn't find it, and then I went and was trying to set up the recording and couldn't find it. I'm like, the hell? And then I looked, I was like, what? TV September 28th? Okay.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you what, man. The critics haven't been nice, but people who are of our ilk, I've heard I've heard better things than we thought it was.
Well, yeah, I think I've heard people say it's not as it shouldn't have been an IMAX. But it's not.
I think
nearly,
that's the big thing.
Yeah,
putting IMAX made no sense.
And it's not as bad as people are making it seem, which I can believe. And I also think that again, going with what ABC and Marvel have done with the TV shows, these things are usually slow builds. And while this is a shorter season, I don't think that.
And I know they say there's no crossover. I bet it slams in Agents of Shield.
It's got to
And it's an acting talent, so it can't be all bad.
Right.
Exactly.
So we'll see.
Yeah, people like to try to hope for Marvel to fall.
Yeah, they do.
But you see what they've said about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for years, and they've just been wrong. So
I love that.
We'll see.
Well, people have been trying to use Inhumans being bad. Like, ABC. I'm like, wait. You do know Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is fucking awesome. So shut your fucking mouth.
Best freaking show.
Just shut your fucking
Best
mouth.
freaking show. I'm pretty sure I wrote an article about this.
Yes, you did.
And please stop asking me if you should watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The answer is either yes or get out of my face.
Well,
Look, I'm currently my youngest.
My answer is no. I just tell everyone no. You missed it. Sorry. Everything's not for everybody. You missed it. Don't ask me no questions.
Nope, I'm making my child watch it device free, and he is loving it.
That is. See that's fucking parenting right there, guys.
That's parenting.
That's what we call parenting, guys. Also, Deepalm and I will be speaking of the Inhumans. We're going to be going into our Inhumans character corner, which is going to be great. It's going to be fun because
shortest character corner we've ever recorded.
It might not be short because we're going to also tie into cosmic. We're going to do a cosmic Marvel teaser because that'll probably lead into.
Then I'm a party then. That's fine.
Yeah. We're gonna probably go in. But I just want to say.
So you've read some of that stuff. Oh, so you see why I love it though.
Oh yeah. I've been reading all the Inhuman stuff basically to get myself into it, and I just want to teaser for it is the Inhumans character corner is going to focus on the royal family, and they are terrible fucking people.
Yeah, I was looking at a show. I'm like, y'all, the royal family's awful.
They are horrendous fucking people.
They're awful.
They are.
Y'all think like
They
I
have-
don't watch Game of Thrones like y'all do, but like I'm like
They have slaves.
scenes?
They keep
They have like
slaves.
The lower castes are known as alpha primitives.
They keep
Like,
slaves.
what?
Okay, look, we're not gonna do this right now. We're not gonna do this right now. So just
And
stay
from
tuned
what
for
I
that.
understand, that's the whole crux of the TV show.
Which is smart.
You know what? Then I think I know why people don't like it, because they're realizing that the royal family are horrendous fucking people.
Well, because they thought they were getting superheroes.
Oh no, they're not superheroes. They're not super. Oh no,
They're not superheroes.
I'm saying
no.
this. Oh no.
Let's get their spoiler.
Oh
right
no.
now. These are not superheroes.
The character corner is gonna be fun. If you haven't heard it in our voices, we're getting really excited. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, folks, thank you guys very much for listening to Super Tuesday Recap. Again, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, and we'll read it on air. And yeah, just stay tuned. We're gonna a lot of Super Tuesday ain't coming up. So yeah, folks, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Get us all in there. So oh wait, last thing before I go. The Patreon account, the Patreon page is set up. Patreon.com/MTR Network. We have all the feeds up there, and I'm putting content up the rest of this week and this weekend. So go ahead and sign up, look at the tiers, and help support us. Go ahead.
If you're a sports fan, so when this goes up, it'll be the last day. Before kickoff tonight, make sure you join our UD Pod Pigskin Pick'em group on ESPN. The link is all over social media, and just tweet at me at DPalm66 if you still need it.
All right, folks. Anybody else got any announcements they want to make? You know, marriages, relationship statuses.
What? You get,
I know you. I'm like, you got an update?
I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm not. I got nothing.
I was like, don't be dropping hints about announcements and not drop the announcement, sir. If there's an announcement to be made.
Whoa.
It's not really an announcement, but I am going to Rose City Comic Con this weekend. So if anything cool comes out of that, you know, I'll tweet and let you guys know if I hear some good stuff. It is Image Comics' 25th anniversary this year, and they're based out of Portland now. So I'm hoping to meet some good folks.
You should get some Invincible stuff and send it to your boy D-Palm.
And just so you know, this is completely off topic, but I rebuked the link you just put into the Facebook group from Arrow.
Oh, can we say we did? Let's not and just say we did.
Let's talk about that some other time. I gotta go to bed.
I can't do this right now.
I got that from Rod, and all I'm saying is, if it happens, just know I will move heaven and earth to be on that episode of the podcast.
You guys, you might have to take. I'm not touching this one. I'm not touching it.
They nailed the. Hey, look, they did the gun episode okay.
Actually, you're right.
They did know that they. I thought they took it seriously.
I'm not doing this right now.
But they also kind of all guns mattered. They were like, we're gonna give you all sides so that.
But at the end, the lead character comes out and takes a very clear side.
I'm not touching this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Y'all gotta work in the morning. Everybody go to bed. Good night.
Good night, folks. Thank you guys very much for listening. Peace.